as entrepreneurs, are in a unique position. We can either fall behind that pace, we can ride along with it, or we can dictate that pace and lead our communities through our singular and powerful vision. So today, we will be talking about a business model that leads communities by using entrepreneurship for social good, and how technology can be used to make more meaningful impact in the lives of others.
So we are a group here of volunteers in Davao who aim to promote Google tools to businesses, local businesses, and the focus for this particular event is for business with social impact. Right? So if you notice, most of our speakers are from businesses that have that work to promote certain advocacies and certain cultures.
Hello everyone. So my name is G. I flew in from Singapore especially for this event and to support the team who is organizing Bizfest for all of you here. Firstly, so who am I? I'm based in Singapore, and on the right you will see my manager Erica Hansen. She's based in New York. So the two of us, we take care of the Google Community Program. So specifically for the Google Business Group Program. So the Google Business Group Program is a global network of communities formed by startups and entrepreneurs who come together to learn about new technologies that can help them to achieve business success. So our mission is to build a global community where entrepreneurs like yourself or aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself can connect, inform and inspire one another. Our network is currently organized into city level chapter. So Davao City, right, we have a chapter here as well. And it is managed by passionate community managers like Pearl, who was speaking to you just now. And they organize one event at least every 3 months so that you can learn more about entrepreneurship, Google products and technology. So currently, right, we have about 100 chapters across 29 countries. And this is only possible because of the team of community managers that we have across the world who take their time out to organize these amazing events for the local community. And so far, in 2019, we have trained approximately 17,000 entrepreneurs through 235 events worldwide. And something that we are very proud to say, among the audience of our global events, we have trained 60% women. And this is only possible because of our collaboration in driving the Women Will initiative. So for certain chapters, you will realize that we have specific Google Business Group events where we teach people of all gender about Google products and technology. But then we also have sometimes the Women Will event that is specially designed for women only. And you will see that in the audience, all the participants are just women. And the Women Will events are focused on these 4 pillars: digital literacy, leadership, entrepreneurship, and inclusive workspace. So ultimately, right, the entire agenda of this objective of Women Will event is actually to help create economic opportunities for women to upskill themselves so that they can improve their earning capabilities as well. And these are some photos from our event across the world. And last but not least, right, Google Business Group, we organize an annual story search where we surface inspiring success stories from our community members. So some of you here are startups as well. When there's the time comes next year for our next story search, we would very much like to invite you to submit your success story with us so that we can help produce a video like this for you. And what the video focus on, right, is on the social impact, is on the inspirational element, and is on the innovative use of technologies.
So today we're going to learn something that's adapting already all throughout the globe, and hindi tayo magpapahuli, right? We should, especially students, younger generation, you should be able to develop this type of thinking. So Google actually has introduced us and shared with us, generously shared with us, this workshop that is in their G2G program, which is Googler to Googler programs, right? This is a program where a Googler will teach other Googlers different concepts, and right now, today, we are, for free, we get to experience this one. So, CSI Lab, CSI Lab, I know it sounds like the crime series investigation, crime, right? But in a way, we are kind of like investigating, aren't we? Right? Because in design thinking, we are trying to really go to the core of the problem of a challenge, right? And today we are going to shift your mindset to become innovators, to become problem solvers. Maybe one of you here is the next Elon Musk, right? Maybe one of you here is the next Mark Zuckerberg, right? Nakaupo lang. So today, we are going to get that creativity out in you, and we are going to go through how design thinking is all about. So, where do you think we get our best ideas from? In the shower? Probably Friday night, when all your team members has already left the office? Or when you're eating? Or, I know, when you see your girlfriends and boyfriends, that's what you get inspiration. No. When you see your mom working hard, when you see your parents, right? Where do you get inspiration from? This question has been asked as actually more than 12,000 people, and only 1% said that their inspiration came from work. No one is inspired to create at work for some reason. And we have to address this, right? Because we're always at work most of our lives. So, innovation, they're saying here, is not a mindset. It's not an event, but a mindset. You have to think like an innovator. You have to think as a creator. You have to think not just a follower, but someone who leads and really creates and really do. And this is what design thinking is all about. So there are 3 principles in design thinking. 1, you focus on the user. 2nd, you think 10x. 10x is such a buzzword in the industry. Have you heard of 10x? Right? 10x. So we're going to explain what this is about. And the last one is be prototype driven, or create prototype immediately. And we're going to go through that 3 principles today. So the first one is focusing on the user. Do you know Larry Page? Who is Larry Page? We only have one? The co-founder of Google. Okay? So Larry Page is the co-founder of Google, and he said, there is no substitute for personally watching and personally listening to real people. You don't want to talk to robots, right? So if you are going to create something, a solution to a problem in your school, in your community, in your business, you have to ask the people on the other end. So here are the 3 factors of success. We have the user, we have money, and we have tech. That comprises a successful business, correct? But in design thinking, it's saying that if you focus on technology, you're going to waste money, and your users are not going to enjoy your technology because you didn't ask what they need. You didn't ask what they want. If you focus your business on the money, how to make money, money, you're gonna end up wasting money anyway, right? Because you don't have that insight from your user. So in design thinking, it's saying that you should focus in addressing a problem, focus on your user first, and all else will follow. If you know what your user wants, if you know what your user needs, you get to develop a solution for them. And then they will see the value and then pay you for that value. Go out there. May gagamit ba ng app na to talaga? Or are people really going to buy this? Are people in Davaoenos really going to eat my durian sinigang, for example, that only you likes to eat, but you feel it's very like life-changing if someone eats it, right? You have to test it out. You have to go out there and ask them through the empathy map. Facts here is what actually happened, right? Inferences is what does it mean. For example, we have someone who's wearing a jacket here. That's the fact. She is wearing a jacket, or someone wearing a hoodie, right? That's a fact. But what does it mean? It means that the inferences, he is cold, he is millennial, hoodie, he is what? He's comfortable with it. That's inferences. right? The fact there is he is wearing a jacket, and we're inferencing by saying that he's cold. So probably the aircon here, mas may maraming nag-jacket dito, so malamig dito na side. So that's the challenge. That's the problem of this auditorium, and you're going to think of something, solution, because of that insight, right? So next is, after asking all that information from your user, you need to go for point of view. Now we try to, another bad example is Jose needs more healthy menu options to have a better eating experience at Google. Why is it that not a good example of a point of view statement for your user? There's no specific, no one described, can we go back please? So that statement, they did not describe who Jose is, what his lifestyle is. Where's the insight? They don't know what Jose really wants. Anong nirereklamo ni Jose? Anong hinuhugot ni Jose? Wala dyan, right? So we have to tweak it, and we have to go to the first example where there is a user, which is Jose, there is a need, and then there is the insight. Next slide, please. So here, if you can take a screenshot of this for that whenever you want to develop your point of view for your users, you follow this format. This will actually change your mindset. This will change your thinking instead of just stating a problem. Okay, so instead of just describing your user, especially if you're pitching to investors, especially if you're looking for funding, or especially if you're looking to launch your business, at least you have a very detailed identification of who your users are through the point of view of design thinking. Next slide, please. Now, let's move on to framing your problem. We all have problems, right? But the thing with design thinking, if you frame your problem properly, maliit na bagay lang yan, right? Because in design thinking, it asks you to think big. How do you frame a problem? You describe goals, actually, not solutions. You don't put solutions in your problem. For this one, how might we create a food tracking app to encourage healthy eating? That's not a good problem. That's not a good framing of a problem. How might we help people eat more healthy? Why? Why are these not good? It's too solution-y and narrowly focused, right? It's creating an app and it's done. We can't explore and expound more information out of it. And if that's one thing that I want you to take away from this morning, is that be creative. No censor, right? And we're gonna talk 10x, right? So with 10x, before we go to this next activity, I want you to put this in mind. Be creative. Please encourage the yes and culture. Most companies, most schools, even unfortunately most households, they have a nah, but attitude. No, but, nah, you can dance, but, nah, you can, no, wag na ka na mag-sing. Wag ka na mag-audition for the voice. Right? Now, with us doing this 10x activity, I want you to say yes, and I'm going to go to the moon. Yes, and how am I going to do that? How am I going to go and get money? Right? Those types of solution. It's so big, but so ambitious, and you're so scared. How am I going to pull this off? Those are the solutions in design thinking. Those are the solutions of Elon Musk. Those are the solutions of great innovators, of great inventors. And we want to shift your mindset to those. Because to be honest, we need more of that, right? We need more of that in our city. And I hope one of you who are here, you guys are going to be the next innovators, right? Next, no judgment. I know, we're guilty of this, right? We judge our own selves even. In the morning, we judge, we analyze ourselves. But here, this is a safe place for you. No idea is so silly, no idea is so small. Every idea you have in solving our traffic problem, we are going to accept it. No one will judge you. So, what you have in your mind, transfer it in paper. As many as you can, draw and sketch.
I'm going to talk to you about integrating technologies for social enterprise. So, let's start with the definition. Para klaro tayo, we all start on an even playing field. a social impact business or social enterprise, simply put, is a business that when it does good, when you're doing good, you are doing well. And the more good you do in the world, the better you should be doing in business. So social enterprise, it's not a new concept when you think about it. It's a very old concept. Pero we only came about with this term recently because we've been able to systematize it. Naging systemic na atong pagplano na kung magnegosyo ta, dili lang ta ni sulod ang negosyo para magkakwarta. Ni sulod po ang negosyo para makatabang. And to be honest, working in the enterprise development field, pag madunggan ng word na social enterprise, for a lot of older business people, it's kind of a dirty word. Not dirty, or controversial word siya. Because some people think social enterprise is a marketing strategy. It's a gimmick. It's a way to reach out to hippie, idealistic, naive, a market na gusto lang nila, they wanna do good. Pero more and more people are starting to see, more and more entrepreneurs are starting to see that when you engage as a social enterprise, when you do business ethically, it is good for your bottom line. For example, employment practices. Nakadungog na mo about the strike with NutriAsia? We have heard about the strikes in NutriAsia. Nana siya sa news. What is the usual issue when it comes to employees going on strike? Sweldo, benefits, and safety. But more and more business owners are starting to see that when you engage in ethical business practices, ethical employment practices, na you pay your employees a living wage, they're more likely to stay. And when they're more likely to stay, there's less turnover. I know there are a lot of business owners here. Diba? When there's less turnover, there's less cost. And when there's less turnover, the more skilled your employees are, the easier it is to upskill them. Your employees are more productive, and they add more value to your business. Another ethical business practice wherein social enterprise are more associated with is fair market practice. We buy from our sources of raw materials at fair prices. We buy things that are produced ethically. And as a result, our suppliers are more loyal, and we get the pick of the litter, the best quality raw materials, the best quality services. So kung tanan nato, on a business perspective, it does make sense, di ba? To do business ethically, to practice your business as a social enterprise. Pero, mubalik lang gihapon na sa question, is it profitable? Because when you do ethical employment practices, ingno na sa traditional business, that's cost. That cuts into your profits. When you engage in fair market practices, that also cuts into your profits. So, kung sa may tabusin mo negosyo, tanan, igasto lang nimo, wala ka nakita. So this is where technology provides an effective solution. Because most businesses don't realize that a lot of our profits is eaten up by inefficient production practices. And when you introduce technology into your business becomes more efficient. I'm pointing out MSMEs in particular because a lot of our social enterprises are within the micro, small, and medium-scale businesses. And a lot of our MSMEs, although they're not traditionally labeled as social enterprise, in the essence they are. For example, kinsa din nakakita atong sa Netflix special na street food, katong na-feature tong taga Cebu, na katanaw mo ato? nakatanaw. So, wapo kayo itong story, especially itong taga Cebu. Kay iyang giingon, mao siya, basically naghimo siya karinderya dito sa ilahang barangay. The reason he built the karinderya was to create a market for his neighbors, para tabangan niya mga silingan, which were fisher folk. So kung tanong na to, karinderya, it's not a social enterprise. Pero ang motivation niya makes him a social enterprise on a small scale, kaya ginatabangan niya ang iyang community, which is a poor fishing village. And when we look at it on the macro scale, makita na to, yes, social enterprise siya. Because he is encouraging sustainable fishing practices. Ang specialization na ito sa iyang karinderya are usually mga fish, mga eels. Itong mga katuyang specialty ganit kung murag eel na pait daw na siya. Dapat iluto, i-adobo ni mo siya para mulamig. Tapos mga shells na usually di ginakaon na itong specialization sa iyang restaurant. So, social enterprise na siya kasi it's environmentally friendly, sustainable food. Another way social enterprise siya is cultural. He's preserving traditional Cebuano dishes by serving them to people. These are recipes you can't find anywhere else in the world. You can't even find them anywhere outside of the Visayas. So social enterprise siya in a large scale. He's helping preserve our culture. He's helping preserve the environment. And he's providing employment to people who need it the most, which are fishermen. So kung tanong ninyo, daghan kayo tag MSMEs that fit into the social enterprise model. The scary thing about this is although MSMEs contribute 90% of the businesses in the CN region are MSMEs, and they hire just as many people, they only contribute 30 to 50% of our GDP. So that means if large companies fail, or if they leave the country, automatic, half of your economy is gone. A good way to close that gap is to encourage the use of technology. But the problem is only 5 to 7% of MSMEs know how to use technology efficiently and effectively. In the process of integrating technologies, napat na sa first step. We just barely entered the first step. As soon as you fully integrate technology into small businesses, it will come with a different set of challenges na po. I would like to close this quote with a controversial quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson from his book, The Conduct of Life. Old na kayo na practice ang social enterprise. Doing well is the result of doing good. That's what capitalism is about. That is what capitalism should be about.
When women succeed, communities prosper. Do you agree? When women succeed, communities prosper. When women have work, our children are off the streets because chances are their children are in school. Nothing against fathers. I run my businesses with my husband, but I also believe that women can also juggle a career and be a mom as well. My topic is on entrepreneurship and collaborative communities. So I'm given 15 minutes to do it. If you have questions, I'd be very happy to answer them and expound more on what I do during the panel. When women actively become innovators, collaborators, and entrepreneurs, we can generate jobs and strengthen communities. I have a sister-in-law who is a barangay captain in Toril, Davao City, and she attests that the more the children are in school, the lesser societal problems are. Di na kailangan problema si President Duterte about Mr. Pangilinan's law about the age of children in conflict with law. This is how I was for close to 20 years. I was an employee for different companies. My passion is in people, so in most of my 20 years, I was in human resource. My last post as an employee was as human resource manager of one of the companies of the Aboitiz Power. In the last 6 years, I have called myself a mompreneur, a mother doing business. I have 3 children. It was at this time in my life when God allowed me to reinvent myself. I was 38 then. I was really had looked to jump into something. And so I said, no, God, if entrepreneurship does not work for me in the next 2 years, I'll be 40 then, and I think I'm still employable. And I think that's it's a natural human reaction when you're faced with an unknown. I may be a good employee, I was an executive then, but running a business is different. So can I invite all of us to give all the entrepreneurs in this room a round of applause, please. Really dali magnagala og negosyo. But if you will it, you can. And attending talks like this one organized by Google Business Group is one powerful way to really move forward. I am here both as a speaker and also as a participant, where I intend to draw inspiration from fellow entrepreneurs. So where am I right now? I have several companies that God has allowed me to run. ELYSIA Wellness Spa, CFBA Travel Station, and Go Explore Davao. These are tour and travel company. I now run a professional cleaning company. We're Metro Cleaners. So para ang mga mama magkapoy maglimpyo during holidays, i-banding na lang sa inyong anak with a reasonable fee, we can clean your homes. And with my husband who's healing, is into cars. We opened Car X Shop March this year. He's also into real estate. I loved it. All things work together for good, Miss Julia. I was supposed to talk before her, but your talk on social entrepreneurship so resonates with what I will talk in the next few minutes. I will focus more on ELYSIA Wellness Spa, which is what we call a social enterprise as well. We put up a simple center in Toril, so that after the training, the women who we've helped or sent to school would have a place where they can actually apply what they have learned. Tama, no? Because that's how people pay you. That's how you get money. So that was the simple dream. But little did we know, when God gives you an assignment and you give your best, you pay forward and you trust Him continually. From one branch in 2013, we're now 9 branches, employing close to 100 women and some men, and supporting 100 families by now. It started with massage, it started with travel and tours. We like travel, no? And I personally like bringing guests, tourists to Davao City because I get to promote our city. I'm very proud of our city. So good pa that this is the city, the hometown of the President of the Philippines, o, diba? And then, little did we know that when you start having a business, that's where more ideas come in. So if where I lack digital and technical skills by now, actually magiging opportunities for collaboration yon, because I will have to admit, kung aralin ko pa yun, it might take me 20 years, but God has given me my own passion and set of skill sets. So, So, nangita og cleaners. So that's how Petro Cleaners came about, the car shop. This slide will show you and will show us the community that God allowed us to be in partnership with. We would not grow to 9 branches. Actually, if one hotel is able to open before the year ends, we'll have a 10th spa before the year ends. In the organization, I think one of the things that allow us to keep going in the last 6 years is that we put premium in talent development. I am not that entrepreneur na ako tanan ang work. Maybe at the start, kaming mag-asawa, we would close Victoria Plaza, bringing with us balde, tabo, tanan, no? Boxes of even what thing to use for food. So all of those pagsugod because I could not afford to hire. Now we are almost complete. We still are working on should we get an IT right now because we would have servers already. Nag-abot na server. Dati parang laptop, parang ako lang may laptop sa company namin when we started. So we put premium in talent development because also entrepreneurs, I do not imagine myself doing all of the work. Malosyang ako ng maaga niyan, no? Ang bala ko bata pa ba, no? But seriously, if I don't delegate, if I don't create opportunities, I would not be able to provide work for 1 or 2 more persons. So talent development is in. What is hot communications? That is honest, open, and trusting communications among my people. So one great thing about being in a small organization compared to an international organization where there's a lot of layers is communication is faster. And we are working on building an organizational culture. Yung ways of working ba ninyo, which can be uniquely yours, no? And then celebrate. That's what we call when we refer to rewards, recognition. So we would have trips, incentives also. Like this year, 12 of our people went on a tour to Baguio. Little things, but these are things that I believe make a lasting effect on the lives of the people who work with us. The ELYSIA, people, travel and tours, our cleaners. I would have regular meetings with my team leaders. I am very conscious about building our next in line. Again, hindi lang para hindi ako malosyang, but really seriously so that we can do more. In summary, these are the things you need to remember when you put up your business or when you run it, or as you review how I make assessment. What are your skills? Anong passion mo? Sabi nga ni Miss Reg, si Miss Reg, para saan ka bumabangon? Anong problema in the community and the market that you can provide a product or service that people are willing to pay? I leave you with this. Keep moving forward. So I don't know how old you are in terms of running your business. You may be older than me or younger in terms of being an entrepreneur, but whether you look back and see much of your goals accomplished or you find you haven't gone as far as you would like, remember to keep moving forward. Whether you've achieved your goals these past few months or not, you have so much more ground to cover, so keep it moving.
Klata Takana. So I know most of you is very familiar with tribo and with what tribo and klata means. So tribo is the Filipino word for tribe, while klata is a subgroup from the Bagobo, which is also known as Bagobo Klata. And Takana is a Bagobo word, which means it's a place where we converge to eat our meals. So it's like a kitchen, an eatery. So that's Tribo Klata Takana. Tribo Klata Takana is located in Purukuan, Tamayong, Talinan, Davao City. And now let's start with building the 3 key elements of the enterprise. So just like what Regina said earlier, to start with putting it on paper. So Kuya Toto here draw the 3 key elements of Tribo Klata Takana, which is first one, the restaurant, the Takana, which we call it. This will host the hungry. This is the revenue generating part of the business. So this is geared to achieve social, cultural, and economic outcomes. While the Boloy Klata, which you've seen the drawing earlier, is a replica of a traditional Bagobo Klata dwelling where Bagobo Klata family heirloom in Tamayon will be housed. And with our quest for sustainability, the Tribal Klata Church is the most important structure of the 3. This will house the continuing education of the Bagobo Klata dialect, the Kulintang, the tribal dances, and even the classes for beadwork for children. So twice a month, Kuya Toto has already lead praise and worship also using the Bagobo Klata dialect with the community as being with him every other Sunday of the month. So it took us a community to create this dream. With our business proposals and countless revisions from there on, and more importantly, getting the approval of the tribal leaders of Bagobo Klata. So establishing a culture-based business is not just putting it up. We need to respect the culture. We need to respect what the tribal elders perceive our business to be. So we presented our plan to the tribal elders of the Bagobo-Plata community and Tamayong. And fortunately, they were also ecstatic and excited for the business, for the compound to start. Tribo Plata Takana is technically a restaurant, but it is essentially a cultural experience. So in business, in paper, it is a restaurant, but essentially it is a cultural experience of food, music, and art of the Bagobo Plata. Our business model, our workforce, our operations team is composed of 100% IT or from the Bagobo Plata community and Tamayong. And the only non-IT here are my business partners and I. So that's just 4 of us. The rest of the operations team that is based in the restaurant itself are from the community. Our suppliers also, it is our short-term goal to source all main ingredients from the community. Our product is the authenticity of the experience. So as I've said, it's not just food, there's music and there's art. So definitely we have no fusion, no new technique, and no outside influence. It's purely the Bagobo Plata way of preparing the food, serving the food. With this, overall, a visit to Tribo Plata Takana will be a definite enriching experience. So it's an experience to enrich not just your stomach, but your mind and your heart.
Kung ako mamatay, I'm 52 years old already this coming December. 80 anyos na ko, murag di na ko kaabot ana. Bana na ako, mga 70. Good na ko, okay na ko. Di na ko gusto itong magkamang-kamang, malibang sa asa masinasa, pareha sa kong papa. He died at age of 102. Actually, he owns this bag. It is already more than 100 years old because this was owned by our grandfather. Nagugat ni siyang akong idea tungod lagi sa pulong nga endangered species. Kung ako karon dili mo lihok nga bangonon namo among kultura, 20 years, 30 years from now, no more Plata tribe. Kaya akong naobserbahan nga ang among kaliwat, mga bata, dili na kabalong mag-istorya o wala na'y gugma sa among kultura. Labaw sa tanan, dili na karespeto sa mga tigulang, which is the foremost kanang pinaka kinaiyag yun sa tribo nga kami mo respeto yun sa mga tigulang. Isa lang kasulti sa tigulang, maskin pag kinsa kang kapitana ka, maskin pag kinsa kang mayora ka, mutuog yun ka, basta tigulang na ang istorya. But for now, wala na siyang kainaya. Muna siya nga ako niuli dito sa among bukid sa Tamayong. Being a product of this university, actually I'm product of this university, political science graduate, and also before ko nag-enroll dinhi, I was also a student of Ebenezer Bible College and Seminary. Actually, pwede po na ako panghambog sa inyo nga ako multi-talented nga pagkatao. Pastor ko, driver ko, pwede po kumekaniko, pwede po ko mahimong carpenter, contractor sa inyong balay, plumber, electrician, masigun sa akong buhaton. Ako, panghambog na ako, plata ko, pero wako'y trabaho. Ang akong trabaho, jumping ba? Usahay drive ko pidikan, yan ay magpaayos ako ang motor, ay uyuna ko, na magpakontrata sa balay, ako na po kontratahon, na magpa-wirings, wirings po ko, mag-plumber po ko. Maski nun sa akong trabahon, basta makwartahan. And through that, nakapa-eskwela ko upat ka bata. Naa sa Davao Davao Doctors, Nursing, Second Year College. Naa sa Holy Child isa, grade 12. Duha sa Holy Cross, grade 9 and grade 8 and grade 10. Sa Holy Cross sa Colina. So I'm proud of that. Maskin pag wala ko yung trabaho. Kung paliton nimo ang chicken sa palengke karon, 230 ang native. So kuhaon lang na sa taga-palengke og 150, ginansya ang taga-palengke og 80. Sa kuha direkta pagpalit nila pinalengke dito 230. So ingana ang akong style nga dili gyud sila ang ilahang negosyo dili na ko negosyohon. Mao nang gito siya. So mao na ang akong mga pangandoy ug panimuha alang sa mong tribo. So by the way, ang amo ang takan na akong gi-share kang Jen ha. Dili gyud ko muluto og kanang piki nga putahe sa tribo. Kay daghan karon nga nagpakayron ingnon nga mga tribo, tribal nga mga restaurant, pero mga piki na sila. Art ko, musultiya na, mga piki na sila, kaya nag-hire man na sila og chef. Nag-eskwela man na sila sa TESDA. Kaning akuha, kaning amuang restaurant, authentic yun siya. Wala chef din eh. Ang nagluto, tribo yun. Wala na ka-eskwela. Parehas akuha, ako isa ko kakuk dito. Ako muluto sa lut-lut, kanang gisulod sa kawayan. Walay magic sarap. Authentic na siya. Kung unsa among kaunon sa unang panahon, maupod na ang inyong makaon dito. Kung lamian mo sa among giluto, salamat. Kung di mo lamian, pasensya, maugin na among lutuan.
I am from Cacao Culture Farms, and I am a firm believer that every business is a digital business. And to me, that means that IT or technology is not just a tool, but is an integral part of your business model. So today, I'll be sharing with you how we run our small business and how we use technology to make it more efficient and more productive. So just a quick background about myself. I worked in the IT industry for about 10 years. I am originally from Manila, hindi po kami taga Davao. And I've worked in different capacities in IT. I started as a business analyst, project manager. But ultimately, my work is to work with executives so that they can understand how to utilize technology for their business. And we started our own tech startup. It's called giftlauncher.com. And we got funded by Kickstart Ventures of Globe Telecom. We run that business for about 4 years. And then when we closed it down, that's the time when we decided to have a change in pace and lifestyle. So we moved here sa Davao noong 2016. And that's the time when we started Cacao Culture Farms. So now, because I love technology, that's my passion, but I also love chocolates. I'm the Chief Chocolate Maker and Chief Technology Officer of our small company. Kala mo malaki, no? Di kami corporation, small lang. But that's the role that I have. So let me start by sharing with you our favorite quote. So si Jorgen is the Lego CEO. Siya yung nag-start ng, or nag-produce ng Lego movie. That's why Lego became famous again. He said, many creative people are finding that creativity doesn't grow in abundance. It grows in scarcity. Next slide, please. So this is Cacao Culture Farms. This is our whole team. So as you see, we're not a big team. We're just a small company. And we are a social enterprise. We didn't start our business with a lot of capital. We don't have a big team. We don't have lots of machines to produce all our products. But we became creative about it so that we can achieve our goals. And ultimately, of course, we embrace technology. Next, please. So this is what we do. We have a cacao and banana farm in Calinan, Davao City. So when we moved to Davao, we started the farm. But now now we have released our cacao superfood line. So if you're familiar with cacao nibs, so that's one of our products. And of course, we have 100% pure chocolate. Pero dito sa Philippines, we call it tablea. But it's actually 100% pure chocolate. And we also have, sorry, back please. We also have cacao tea. That's an innovation in the product that we released in the market. And we also have a cacao natural skincare line that we released just last year with our cacao-based soaps. Aside from that, next please. Pag hindi pa kami masyadong busy and we have time, we also do events and tours. So we sometimes do chocolate tasting events to promote Philippine chocolates. So for today, I will share to you 6 points on how we run our business. And ito, parang marami kasi nagtatanong sa amin lagi, how did you do it? How did you transition from IT to Agri? How did you release all these products in just a year? Paano nyo ginagawa lahat ng ginagawa nyo? So people ask us a lot about all this that we do. So medyo mag-share lang ako ng secret namin, pero hindi talaga siya secret. And we start with embrace the internet. And that's really my main point for today. Embrace technology. Next, please. And we feel this, di ba? Lahat tayo, sinong walang mobile device? Or kahit cellphone lang, na keypad, pwede pa rin. So, di ba, lahat tayo, we have access to mobile device, we have access to the internet, and it has changed the way we do things in school, in our work, and that has enabled us to do our business online. Next, please. These are all our online presence currently. Some lang yan, hindi lahat. But what is an online presence? In simple terms, that means na when people search for you online, on Google search, you show up on the search results and people find you. And let me stress that some of these tools are free for you to use. It's free to sign up on Facebook. It's free to, you know, put your business on Google My Business account. And what it has done for us is that it has showcased our products 24/7 and made it available online. So parang hindi nagsisleep yung namin, online shop. Pag tulog namin, may pumapasok na order, pagising namin, meron na. So ifo-fulfill na lang namin siya. So it's something that hindi katulad ng isang retail store that, you know, you close down at around 6 p.m. It has also allowed us, sorry, go back please. It has also allowed us to reach potential customers. So one example is that our biggest client right now is City Malls. City Malls is 36 malls all over the Philippines. And we were able to engage with them through a post that we saw in a Facebook group. So we engaged with them. Of course, we did a lot of things to be able to close that deal with them, but it started on a Facebook post. So let me show you some data. Actual data of our website. So 50% of our traffic source comes from organic search. That means when people search for Cacao Davao, Cacao Farm Philippines, we show up on the top results. I find it funny that sometimes we show up kasi sa search results together with Malagos. And if you know, Malagos is one of the more famous companies here in Davao. And we get calls sometimes, people ask, kayo ba yung Malagos? Kasi we search for you online. So, it's funny, but, you know, it has given us credibility. It has helped to improve our online presence, even if maliit pa lang kami na company, napapansin na kami online. 70% of our visitor traffics are female. So if we further drill down on our analytics, we see that they are aged between 25 to 34 years old, and it has helped us get to know more about our customers. Next. 45% of our revenue source actually come from all our online channels. This is combined, Facebook, Instagram, our online shop, Shopee, Lazada. So it didn't hamper us to grow our business. So kung imagine, wala kaming retail space, wala kaming capital to put up our own retail shop. But because of online shopping, because of all our online presence, we are able to sell online, and not just locally, but we have also served international orders as well. My second point for today is show your work. Document your journey, show it to people and share it. Hindi yung purot lang tayo nagsisell. And the easiest way to do that is through digital marketing. I will not talk about all the digital marketing tools or services that you can do, but it's free. It's free to post on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account and want to promote your business, for example, you create a recipe using the products that you have, and you can post it on Facebook. But this is just for free, so it's very it's available to everyone. But remember that what's important is not just to sell to your customers all the time, but deliver value to your audience. Post something inspirational, post something educational, and inspire them and share positivity. Also, be authentic. Show them the real you. Be true to who you are, because napakadaling see through the lies right now because all the information nga is searchable online. And this is an example of content marketing. We have released our own, sorry, it's a video but it can't play right now. Planting chocolate trees. It's a vlog on YouTube that we started to document our journey and also to share more about Philippine cacao. And we get likes and we get to engage with people not just in the Philippines but also international. Next is you don't have to be a genius. This is me and my husband Kenneth. With Kuya Robert. He has a farm in Calinan, Davao City, and yung trees niya 40 years old na, pero it's still productive. Wala kaming alam about agriculture. As you saw in my background, I'm an IT professional, but we try to learn as much as we can and every opportunity that we can from other people and from other opportunities like this workshop, this training. We attend a lot of these events because it helps us learn new things. And of course, we gonna stress that sobrang daming sources of information online. So you can easily search for it. Next, please. A lot of the information that we got about chocolate, we got from a free website called Chocolate Alchemy. If you want to learn new skills, there's a platform called Skillshare.com. And all of this, or most of this, are free for you so that you can learn online. Next, work hard and work smart. So, we know that there's no overnight success. So, you need to put in all the work, all the hours. Hindi siya parte, ikaw na yung may business, ano ka na lang, haya-hay, di ba? Hindi ganun. You put in all the effort that you can to grow your business, but remember to work smart. So an example of two of the tools that we use most of the time is Google Drive and Trello. Google Drive saved us from a lot of heartache and trouble when we experienced the flooding last August 28. So our home office was flooded up to this point. So all our files were gone, most of our stocks were flooded, but we recovered immediately. We were able to resume office functions at least, because all our files are stored in Google Drive. So we actually have backup in Google Drive. And we use Trello to manage our tasks from time to time. We also use it to track our orders. We track and monitor our progress through Trello. It's a project management tool, but we use it a lot to collaborate with our team. Giving back to your community, you feel so passionate about what you do and you love what you do that the money will just follow. And you feel success not because of money but because you love what you do. And lastly, I want to share, be great stewards. We believe that we are here to be stewards of nature and our fellow men. Hindi siya nandyan para sirain natin or i-take advantage of. So in our personal and professional lives, we make it sure that we are great stewards of whatever gift God has given us. So I want to end by sharing with you our mantra, live simply, be kind, always be grateful, and of course, make chocolate. So I hope that you learned something from what I shared, how you can use technology in your business. I've shown you some examples of how you really use technology in running our small business. And I would just like to ask you to follow our journey. You can search for us online. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.